Welcome, Shashank.
Hey,
Am I
hi.
audible?
Yeah, ma'am. You're audible.
Oh.
So, all participants are joined, or we are waiting for someone?
I will wait for a few minutes, 5 more minutes, and then we'll start. Almost everybody is joining.
Okay, no issue. Fine.
Shashank.
Hello.
Myself, Dr. S.N. Kulkarni, Training Placement Officer.
Yeah.
This is informal introduction. I'm going to introduce. Now there are 3 minutes to go. We'll sharply start. But before that, I will like to tell you one thing. From today itself, Google Meet has put restrictions on 100 participants.
Okay. Yeah, I had word with ma'am. So got the same info. Yeah, no issue. I think we can stream it over YouTube, right? So it won't be an issue.
Yeah, but yeah, and I will be listening to you today. Okay, that's
yes. Yeah.
So already our limit is 100 is. I think we can start now. Thank you, madam. You can tell me whether shall we start or wait for 3 minutes. We will wait. Sharp at
Yes,
4
sir,
p.m.
we'll
we will start.
at 4 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So we can start now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We'll start. So, dear friends, my dear student friends, as well as my faculty colleagues, heads of departments, myself, Dr. S.N. Kulkarni, Training Placement Officer, WIT Solapur. At the outset, I express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Rushikesh Dande, Head Academic Interface Program, Tata Consultancy Services, for giving permission to arrange this session. Within a minute to arrange this session, I sent him a mail for permission, and he sent first of all the grant for permission, and then he called me back. Of course, Thalange madam has played key role in arranging this session. Now I'll come to introduction of our today's speaker, Mr. Shashank Chavan. who is proud alumni of our institute, that is WIT, Wilson Institute of Technology. He started his career in Cognizant Technology Solutions Private Limited in the role of MSBI developer, where he worked from 2011, September 2011 to October 2014. Then he joined Infosys, again in the same role, MSBI developer, from November 2014 to December 2018. And presently he is working in TCS as a data warehouse developer since January 2019 to till date. So total he is having 9 years of experience in software development and analysis. His biodata is very big. He worked in various projects. As I am layman in this field, I will not read because but I will like to tell you is that he has worked on various projects successfully, and to his achievements, all of you should note this. In 9 years, he has achieved the certificate.
Kulkarni sir?
Yeah, I'm also not able to hear his voice.
Kulkarni sir? Maybe there is some network issue.
Madam?
Yeah, now you're audible. Sir.
Microsoft Certified Professional. Microsoft HTML5 and CS50. He has achieved Cognizant WAR reward points for significant contribution in the project. He received several Insta awards in Infosys for valuable project deliverables with SLA and quick adoption of role responsibilities within the project. Also, he received lots of appreciation from client for quick response to resolve the issue. So we are really lucky that for facing TCS NQT, you are having the very right person who is going to guide you. So without taking much of your time, I will request now Mr. Shashank. Shashank, over to you. Thank you very much. But before that, I will like to make one announcement. We are going to share you one feedback form. So all of you should give true feedback, because that feedback is really going to be useful for we people also, as well as for TCS people, so that we can tell. And at the end, you may keep some time, Mr. Shashank, for question answers. Particularly, student may be having some doubts.
Yes,
so
yes,
that
definitely.
will be better. I welcome once again to you. Warm welcome on behalf of WIT, all departments, all our students. And over to you, Shashank. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sunil sir, for such a warm welcome. Yeah, whatever you have mentioned, that is my overall journey since 2011 September month. So I joined Cognizant as a fresher. I got selected via campus recruitment program only via WIT. So I'm thankful for that. So then my journey started from Cognizant. Then I've spent 3 years. Then I switched to Infosys. Then I spent around 4.3 years within Infosys. And after that, right now, currently I'm working in TCS since January 2019. So overall, career-wise, it was a great journey. And I think I'm lucky to get the kind of work from the beginning of my career that's actually as per my interest area also. So data field, I am a data warehouse developer, so I have touched all sorts of databases that comes under MSBI stack. MSBI is nothing but Microsoft Business Intelligence. So there are lots of tools available under MSBI stack. So SQL as a database, then SSIS, that is ETL tool, then SSRS reporting tool is there, then again for analytics solutions SSAS is there, then after that Power BI, which few of you might be aware of, that is the current trending visualization tool. Actually it has got grant recognition from Gartner magazine also. So that was the recent work area for me. I was working in Power BI related projects. So that's the overall journey, and I won't take much time. So let's start with the today's session's main focus area. So why we have gathered today for this session. So the main focus is on the TCS NQT test. So what does mean NQT? So NQT is nothing but National Qualifier Test, which TCS arranges since last 2 to 3 years approximately, or might be more than that. So earlier what used to happen, each and every companies visit the colleges and they bring some panelists along with them, and they used to take quantitative aptitude and verbal reasoning related exams or short test, and basis on the qualification of that exams, they used to select the candidates for the further interview process. So due to the current situation and the changing market trends, so everyone has switched to online test platform because it is convenient also for each and every individual, and it will reduce the efforts and manpower of the organizations also. So that is the initiative which I think many of the organization has started now. So as part of that, TCS has also arranged this NQT test, and from past few years, so ION is the technical solution provider, which is again TCS own product only. So there are different ION centers available across various locations to conduct these exams. So for NQTs, so there are, I will explain what is the overall all the different phases of the selection process. So first of all, we have to register via Next Step portal, which is the TCS platform, to get enrolled each and every candidate, prospective candidate, so that his data gets stored into the common data store. So whoever wants to start career within TCS, so the first and most important step is to register on the Next Step portal of the TCS. So you might be aware of the link. Even you can search it on Google directly, Next Step portal. Then it will appear in the first or second search itself. And then you can go ahead and register on Next Step portal. And in Next Step portal, only registration won't help much, because after registering, you have to create your own complete profile. So completeness of profile increases the chances of your profile getting recognized. So that is the key criteria. So you should create your profile and complete it with all the necessary details. So that is the first step. So what will happen after that? So whenever you enroll or register on that portal and fill all your details and save it to the database, so it will get stored into the TCS data store, and there is one automation tool which runs in the background, which which identifies the roles and not roles, the candidate's profile, different candidates profile as per the job openings, and also the candidate's profile which is suitable for the different sets of exams which TCS also conducts apart from NQT. So I'll come to that also. So this is the basic first step. After that, when you successfully installed and registered and all your details, then next step is to appear for the NQT exam. Again, to appear for the NQT exam, you have to register for the exam on the same portal, and then you will get the further details related to the exam, so that you will get the ION center details and all. So this year there might be some change due to the corona outbreak, so you can attend that exam. So exam consists of 2 to 3 different sections. So the format of the NQT test, which was there in previous year, so it is in the similar format. There won't be any change. Only one of the surprise factor is always there, which we will never disclose. So that's the only surprise factor. Remaining all the format is same. For example, there will be one section on quantitative aptitude, then again verbal reasoning, then your program related section, programming skills related section. So that's it. So that the overall structure is pretty much similar as of the previous year. Then now, once you qualify, so I have confirmed with the HR team also. In previous year also, there was no sectional cutoff. They will check overall score. So that is one of the thing. But that criteria is also dynamic. They can decide on their discretion. They can change it at any time. So. Good practice, or I will suggest that you should go through or try to clear the exam by taking all the sections and giving all the answers correctly as far as best of your knowledge. So that is always useful. So that's related to NQT exam. Then what happens after exam? So once you get qualified via exam, you will be notified regarding the next interview process. So only passing the exam doesn't mean that you have succeeded via TCS hiring process. That's the only first step. There are 3 different milestones you have to achieve via different interview rounds. So that's the only initial step. So you got the you've gone through the exam and you cleared the exam. That doesn't mean that you are selected. So don't get relaxed if you get good score in the test.
Shashank, your voice is less audible.
Okay.
Volume is reduced.
1 minute. I'll check. Okay, is it better now? Or still feeble?
Not
No,
yet,
yeah,
not
it is
audible.
better.
Okay.
Kulkarni sir, am I audible?
Yeah,
Hey, you are audible, ma'am.
Madam,
even Shashank is also audible, madam. Very nice. There is no issue. Please check your headphone.
good voice, no problem, madam.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yeah. Asha,
Okay.
madam.
I think ma'am might be facing some issue. Am I audible, ma'am, now?
No, still not audible.
Ma'am,
Am I audible?
Yeah,
ma'am, sir is
madam.
also audible. Ma'am, sir is also audible. You are also audible, ma'am.
Asha, check.
Yeah, I can hear you, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so I will continue then. I think many of the people are able to hear me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was about to explain the next step, interview process. So after clearing the NQT exam, the candidate has to appear through, or he or she has to face 3 different round of interviews. So first round is the technical round. So as per my knowledge and my experience, because I have taken approximately more than 200 interviews last year in this NQT process only. So post clearing your test, you have to appear first for the technical round of interview. So in that, that is the key important interview round, because basis on the clearance of the first round, only you will get qualified for the further rounds. If you get rejected by a technical round, then that's it. That is the end. So you won't get chance to go through the further round of interviews. So that is the case. So clearing the technical round is utmost important. So what happens in technical rounds generally? So there are interviewers, panelists, which are from different academic backgrounds. Like I have done ENTC from WIT itself, so I am aware of electronics field more. Then again, as per my career, I have good knowledge of IT field also, so I can ask on the basis of my prior knowledge. Also, I can ask the question based on my prior knowledge also, and the current, the 9 years career, whatever that career have taught me, I can ask the question relevant to that experience also. So that is in my case. But there are chances that the interviewer might be having background of CSE or IT. Then he will be more interested in the programming and remaining stuff. So but that doesn't mean that the person is from one particular background like CSE IT. He will only ask you related questions related to IT or programming. That won't be the case. So there is no fixed format for the technical round, even whatever directives we get from the HR. So we have full freedom that we can ask whatever question we feel suitable for the candidate, because as the freshers are having no experience or no exposure to the IT world, so we have different scenarios how we can assess any candidate. So for example, your final year project plays a key role in your assessment. So pay more attention on your final year project. So you should be well versed in your final year project, whatever project you have mentioned in your resume. You must be fully aware of what are the basic components. So if, for example, let us consider you are working on embedded project, then it will be the combination of your hardware plus software. So the front person can ask you anything related to your software part also, and hardware components, whatever you have used. The front person can ask anything. So be prepared with full background knowledge of your project work. So if you are working on embedded projects, then you will be asked the questions related to embedded C programming also, because that, and again, if you are using Python as the latest programming language for your embedded project, then there are chances that the front person might ask you the programming question basis on that technology. So that is the behavior or the pattern which is generally followed. But again, I'm saying that front person has full liberty that he can choose anything. So again, but that is the high level idea that you should be well versed with your final year project. So that is the least expectation. Then again, the best what we can say, the assessment scenario for any of the candidate. So any interviewer first go through your resume. So your resume speaks about your overall what we can say characteristics. So whatever project work, then again your academic score will also get analyzed. So all these stuffs are important. So whatever you are mentioning in the resume, that should be 100% correct. So there should not be any false information provided via your resume. So that is the most important thing. Again, so first round. So there is also no time limit for the interview process. It is again the decision of the interviewer. So he can take your interview for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, whatever it is. Again, it's depending on the person to person. So on that is the first round of interview. So what happens next? So if you clear first round, means the technical round, if you clear that round, then you will be eligible for the next round of interviews. So after your technical round, the next round will be managerial round or behavioral round, we can say. So in what is the importance of that round? So technical round suggests about your knowledge and second round, managerial round, tells the front person about your behavioral aspects and how you are good as a team player, because that is one of the quality we are expecting at the fresher level, that you should be a good team player. So again, how the front person will analyze your team player skills, then whatever skills you have shown. So our academic career is also defined in such a way that it will help you in the further process. So for the final year also, we are building the teams to create our final year project. So that will enhance your team player capabilities. So that plays an important role. So basis on that, the front person can analyze your team player skills, how you have mastered that skill, and how you are good as a team player. So individual contributor is also required, and team player abilities are also required. So you should be capable in both the role. So that is the important thing. Then another behavioral aspects will be analyzed. Then if you are good in that particular round, then you'll get chance to appear for the HR interview. So that will be the final round of interview. So once you clear this technical round and HR round, manager round, then you'll be appearing for the HR round of interview. So again, that is also important step. Each step is important. Only clearing one or two steps won't help you. You have to clear each and every step successfully. Then only you will get the final offer, job offer from the TCS. And this will be the similar process followed by each and every organization. So last step is the HR interview. What is expected in the HR interview? So again, the HR interview is basically related. So the front person wants to know you thoroughly, now like your family background, your educational background, then again your problem solving skills. He might put different scenarios to check how well you are, how well is your thinking ability to get out of any complex situation. Then any kind of question might get bombarded on you. So basis on your problem solving skills, your selection will be considered. So and then mostly again the kind of environment which we see nowadays, as we all are sitting at different locations, and the minimum expectation from the HR personnel is that at the start of your career as a fresher, you should be available. You should be ready to accept any geographical location. That if you are currently staying at one particular location, and if there is a requirement at some another location within the country or might be outside country, then you are flexible enough to get relocated. So that is the least expectation. And I think if we consider current trend in IT, that should be the means minimum expectation, and that should be fulfilled, because as we get allocated into any of the project after completing our selection process, then getting hired, and then getting allocation on any particular project, then our teams are usually spread across the globe. Anywhere. So we should be well versed, and we should be flexible enough to get relocated at any location at the beginning of our career. So that is the expectation. So that is the HR round. Then after completing these 3 rounds, if you get qualified via all these rounds, then you will get the joining offer from the TCS. So that's the final step. In that joining offer, you will be notified related information related to your joining location and all. Then first there is one program called as ILT in TCS. So that is the initial learning program, ILT training they used to call, and so you have to appear that training program. I think it is a short time span training, like 3 to 6 months. So you have to go through that training, and post completion of that training, you will get allocated to any of the project. So that's the overall journey and all the phases of your selection process. So this is the trend right now being followed within TCS. So that's the overall selection process. So apart from this, we have different entry points into the TCS. The NQT test is not the only single option to get job offer from the TCS. There are many other ways. So we have a few exams, or we can say the different test also, or tournaments. That hackathon is there. Then Code Vita is one of the famous exam. If you get qualified via Code Vita exam, then you might get direct chance to get a job offer from the TCS, or you can be considered as a trainee for the few probation period for few time, and then you can directly get the job offer. So that is also one of the way to enter into the TCS. So Code Vita is one of the good example. Then again, there are a few different tests. One is human, then again Nginx. So also 2 to 3 exams are there. So these exams are basically arranged by different verticals which are available in the TCS. So if you qualify in those exams also, then it will open the ways to enter into the TCS. So that is the another option. And how will you get the notification of all these exams? So the best option, there is only single entry point. Go to the Next Step portal, then register yourself, complete your profile 100%, and then the system will find out the suitable candidate for these exams, and the system will send the notifications over your mail regarding the exam dates and all, and how you can participate. All the necessary information will be provided to you over mail. So that is the process which we are following. So first and most important step, register on Next Step portal, and again complete your profile 100%. So that's the important thing. So in this way, you can have the entry into the TCS. So this is the another way. So any doubt till this point? Anyone can ask any question if anyone has any question related to whatever I have explained till the time.
Some of the students are asking on YouTube that whether there are negative marking in the NQT's test or something. What will be the level of the questions if there is no negative mark?
So I remember once I had asked to HR, but as of based to my understanding, there won't be any negative marking. But still, I will get it clarified from the HR team. But as far as based of my knowledge, there is no negative marking.
Okay.
Yeah. And there won't be any sectional cutoff also, as I explained earlier.
Okay, that's good. One of the student is asking, can you tell one of the example question regarding technical round? What type of questions can be asked in the technical round?
Okay. So examples, there are lots of examples, and no one can explain it thoroughly. But what is the minimum expectation? As I already said, you should be well versed with whatever your academics. For example, you should be clear with all your basics. If a particular student candidate is from electronics domain or a stream, then he should be aware of all the sections or all the knowledge of academic knowledge. For example, he should be clear with the data conversion from different we can say data conversion related problems from decimal to binary. Then again, any kind of question the front person can ask. Again, the person should be clear with the concepts of what we can say machine level coding coding examples. Then again, integrated circuits, anything. There is no limit actually. And one more important point I have to cover here: even if the candidate is from non-CSE IT background, that doesn't mean that he won't get he won't be getting any question basis on the programming. Because you are appearing for the interview of the IT industry, then you should be well aware of the basics of programming also. So that is the least expectation, not high level programming, but the basic programming you should be aware of. Basic, even syntax, if you don't know, that is also fine, but you should be capable enough to explain the algorithm. So that's the least expectation. So even we can understand, because the person is from another career stream, so he won't be able to write down the syntactical code. That is fine, but he or she should be capable enough to explain the algorithm, how we can resolve or how we can implement that solution. Remaining syntactical code is fine. So that is one thing. Oh, someone has asked me question. Programming questions are related to basic while appearing for qualified test 2. Okay. Someone has asked. Okay, Jitendra. Programming questions are related to basic while appearing for qualified test 2. So mostly it's entry level questions only, not high level programming concept. So main focus is on the basics of programming only, not high level. So complexity wise, it won't be much complex, but moderate, till moderate level you can consider. So another question from Sham: can you suggest some tips that should be followed during virtual interview? Okay, yeah, good question actually, because last year also I went through 200 plus interviews. So few of them are virtual only, because the candidates were from different states of Maharashtra. Even few candidates from outside of Maharashtra also. So mainly in virtual rounds of interviews, the candidate college, because last year we experienced good connectivity from WIT side, so that was an advantage. Because if connectivity is not good, then front person will also get means uneasy experience. It was overall uneasy experience. So that's why connectivity wise, communication should be in a proper way if connectivity is good. So that is the one thing. And again, in this particular scenario, sometimes in Ion product, they will provide the whiteboarding option where interviewer can write the question and the candidate can answer, and it will be showed. But last year I got to know that the option has been removed for last year. I don't know what was the reason, but again, in that scenario, what was our take? So we used to ask the question related to programming, and we asked to write down the program over the page, and then candidate can show it in front of the camera. So that is the secondary option which we have implemented last year. So that's the one another way. So in virtual round of interview, that is the important thing. Whatever your doing whatever you are writing, that should be clearly visible. So you can practice that kind of scenario within your friends itself. So that will help. And again, in virtual round or in face-to-face round, your communication plays important role. So don't hesitate to explain whatever you know, and don't act or don't try to be over smart. Also, if you don't know something, then clearly say no. Whatever you know, then say those details, but don't get over smart also, because that will also impact reverse way. So that is one of the suggestion. Again, okay, a few more questions. Is it true that now TCS NQT will happen after every 4 months? Okay, Anil Naik has asked this question. Is it true that now TCS NQT will happen after every 4 months? I'm not aware, but you can mention Anil this question in that feedback form. We will definitely get back to you. But as of now, I don't have any idea. But most probably it will happen yearly only. Suppose one person is not good at programming, what advice you would give him or her, but good at aptitude? Okay, so again, question from Jitendra, that suppose one person is not good at programming, what advice you would give him or her, but good at aptitude? Again, the expectation from you guys is not the high level programming skills. So that is the important factor. Even if you don't know programming very well, that is fine, but your algorithm and your logic should be clear. So at least you should know the algorithm, that how the solution can be implemented. That will play an important role. Syntax wise, it is fine, even if you don't know much of the programming syntax. But again, it won't be a tough job to get acquainted with some of the basic syntax of the programming language. C++ is also enough, and if nowadays you consider Python is also one of the good options. So I will suggest related to programming languages, you should get acquainted with Python programming as it is used extensively everywhere. And then C++ is fine for basics, and if you know Java programming, that is also advantage. The next thing, is there any limitation on number of compilation in programming? Okay, so this is again related to NQT test. So number of compilation in programming. This one is also, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so there is any means a number of compilation, means there is any count or maximum count for compilation of your program. Only you have time limit. If you are able to do it in that particular time limit, then it is fine. But again, I will get it confirmed from the HR team. Rahul B feedback. Okay. Tell about TCS Ninja. Okay. Yeah, so one question from Sunil sir. So about TCS Ninja. So TCS Ninja, this NQT test is nothing but Ninja program only. So earlier they used to call it by TCS Ninja, but now they have generalized it as a TCS NQT test only, National Qualifier Test. And what is that? Another category. After there is one more thing which I saw last year, the trend. Once all the candidates have appeared for this NQT test, then they will take top 10 percentile of score for selecting the candidates for the higher level of interview. So there are two sets of interviews actually. One is normal NQT candidates, and another is one level up, which we can say as a data or some recent technology related projects are there related to data science, then again AI, machine learning. So for that kind of projects, TCS is hiring candidates via this NQT test also. And one more way, there is another test, but mostly they are selecting the candidates for such kind of test from IITs and NIITs, such kind of institutes. They will directly allow them to appear for that interview process, and exam is also a little bit complex than the NQT one. So how the normal candidate which has successfully completed NQT will get chance to appear for that high level of exam? Then one option is the top 10. You have to be one of the top 10 percentile candidate, then you will get a chance to appear for that little bit complex exam. It is also in the similar way, sections are also similar, but complexity will get increased for that particular exam, and more stress will be given on the programming skills for that exam. If you clear that exam, again you have to appear for the similar 3 round of interviews: technical round, manager round, and HR round. And if you clear all the 3 interviews, then you will get selected for such programs which are based on the recent technologies like data science, AI, machine learning, and all. So that is the another option. And next question: if we clear exam in 3rd year, then when will be the interview process in 3rd or 4th year for Code Vita and NQT both? So if we clear the exam in 3rd year, then how the interview process will be carried out, I'm not sure about it, but we'll get it clarified from the HR team, because I think even if we clear in the 3rd year, eventually you will get the offer after completing your final exam, means graduation, after completing your graduation only. So that thing we can clear from HR team.
Maybe they will be getting some internship offers or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Internship is there. Yes, internship is there, ma'am. So if you compete through that Code Vita means tournament, then you can get the offer of internship. Then via your internship program also, you will get the offer, final offer from the TCS without giving any interviews or all. Via internship also, they will hire the candidates. So that is the another way. So internship is also provided, no doubt. If we 3rd year student give this again in final year, will they consider max of those 2 or recent score? So if you appear for 2 times, then I'm not sure what exactly they will consider, but as far as best of my understanding, they will consider the recent score only. And then, as a fresher with no experience of interview, of what kind of things we should take care? Okay. So first of all, as a fresher, if you are appearing, or even if you are experienced, if you are appearing for any interview, the most important thing, be confident, because confidence will play important role in your overall selection process. And be generous, then be attentive. If you don't understand, if you don't understand the question whichever front person is asking, then instead of giving irrespective answer, you can politely ask them to repeat the question. So that is one of the things. Then such small things matters a lot, but key important role your confidence will play in any of the interview process. That is my personal experience also. Then another question from Sham: will this pandemic situation will affect on hiring of number of candidates? So yeah, for this question, number of candidates and whatever overall hiring strength is definitely got impacted due to this corona outbreak. But again, as we all know, TCS is one of the biggest recruiter in of freshers in our country. So even if we see the last trend, last year also, whatever candidates we have selected via last year NQT exam, even such corona crisis happened, we have delivered all the offers. We didn't froze any offers. All the candidates got the offer, whoever was selected in the last year interview process. So that is the good thing about TCS. If you get selected, you will definitely get the offer letter. So that is one thing. And if we see the current market trend, TCS has already reached that paramount, that 10 trillion milestone has already done by TCS. So TCS is well growing company. So regarding this total number of candidates, again there are some high level decisions will be taken, but as I've seen the last year trend, even selection or qualifying rate for this NQT test was pretty much poor. So it was around 19% out of 100. So first and most important thing, you should clear this NQT exam, and for that you have to be clear with all your different sections, that aptitude, then again verbal communication, English, then whatever it, basics of programming, then basics of your academics. So all those things are important. You should be again, one more thing, that sample tests are available for this NQT. So in order to improve your chances of getting selected, you should go through the several sample tests. It will help a lot. So that is one more thing. Again, one more question from Anil. It says that TCS NQT platform uses Python 2.7. Till last year, it is updated to Python 3, or is it the same? No idea. But again, Python version won't play that much important role. There might be few changes in some of the syntax or something, but it won't affect anything. Again, which Python version? Same question. Jitendra, while filling application form, I was not able to select CGPA option while filling mark at graduate section. And then later I filled it by total marks obtained. Is there any bug? Because I tried it 4 to 5 times. No idea, but that is fine. While you're in the selection process, all the things will get clarified. So it won't cause much impact. That is fine. So, Nike again, can we apply for the job in core companies in electronics after cracking this TCS NQT exam? Okay. So after you have qualified for TCS NQT exam, why you want to go into core companies again? So that is the reverse question to Anil. If you are appearing for TCS NQT test, then why you want to go to the core companies? Can we enter in TCS through MCAT or e-litmus exam? This one I'm not sure. Need to check. Again, question from Sham. How much score is needed section wise to qualify? I think there is no sectional cutoff. Even I have confirmed this thing last year with HR. There is no sectional cutoff as such. Overall, they might be checking some percentage level, but there is no sectional cutoff as such. What's the average and max package offered through the NQT? Okay, till last year, I think average package was 3.25 to 3.5, and maximum package which I saw is around 7 lakh. So that's the, but not through the NQT. 7 lakh, which I have explained earlier, that is for data science related platforms candidate. So exam is also different from NQT, and how will you get the chance is via scoring best in your NQT exam. You should be into the list of top 10 percentile, then you will get the chance to appear for that next level of exam. That's the entry point. So any more question? That was the last question. Okay, again one question from Nagraj. If there is no sectional cutoff, then what will be the expected percentage cutoff? Again, it is like I said, it's percentile. They are checking whatever best they are getting. That's the thing. So there is no any hard rule on that. So any other questions? Also, one more thing, even currently or right now, you don't have any question, that is also fine, but do mention whatever questions you have in that feedback form so that it will get answered properly. So that is the one suggestion. Mention all your questions in the feedback form.
Shashank, may I
Yeah.
talk to you?
Yeah,
I,
yes.
I read somewhere a few days back that TCS is making some MOUs for that for recruitment. They are going to make MOU with some companies on the basis of NQT score. Just now, Anil like has asked, no, that can we enter into core companies? Means some other companies are going to use NQT score for their recruitment. Do you have any idea about it, please?
Okay. I thought core companies related to means mechanical or civil industry or electronics. I thought it was the question related to that. That is fine. Regarding this MOU, even I had a conversation with HR a few days back. So he said they are in means conversation with other companies that they should consider this TCS NQT score as a standard. So that they can consider this score and they can also hire basis on this particular score. But that is the conversation right now going on. So no any final conclusion as of now.
Thank you.
So that is happening. That is happening for sure. And let's see which companies consider this as a standard test score. Actually, that will help other companies also manual efforts, because this is a kind of common test that common qualification test we can say that can be considered. So only interview process will be remaining. If the NQT test is considered as a common test, then it will be always helpful. So one question from Akash, NQT is hiring for which position? System programmer or power programmer or any other? Okay, so power programmer, there are different terminologies. So power programmer might be the same thing which I have told you, data science related technology. So that is the power programmer. NQT can be the first step for the power programmer related test. Not exact, because you have to appear to that separate set of tests for being a power programmer, and you will get the higher level of package. So that is the another thing. And for means these colleges, and I have heard about other exams also, but they are at the college or institute levels. For IITians, there are some different set of exams or tests they are taking, and they are offering some other different package level also. But for our colleges and other than autonomous colleges, they are only providing this NQT and the power programmer program test. That's the only two options. Again, question from Amruta. So they can be appear for all these four companies after NQT exam. So which four companies? So Amruta, I'm not able to understand your question. Which four companies you are talking about? If this is related to same thing which Kulkarni sir had asked, then again that depends on the acceptance of the other companies. If they will consider this NQT test as a standard, then you can directly appear for their interview process. Another question from Rahul. For third year students, we have to register for only TCS NQT platform or both on TCS Next portal. So TCS Next portal for third year, if it is open, then it is better. You should go and register on TCS Next portal. If it is not available for third year student, then you can enroll for this NQT test. So that is also fine. But whenever you got the chance, you can always enroll on that TCS Next portal, Next Step portal. So that is beneficial. And then again, question from Vaishnavi. While filling application form on Next Step portal, they are asking for CV. Why not resume? Okay, so CV and resume. So mostly there is the two different nomenclature being followed. Mostly for the fresher level, we are considering resume or CV. It's again two different ways of presentation. Resume consists of only 1 or 2 page of details, and CV might consist your high level details of your overall curriculum. So that won't cause any impact. It is fine. CV or resume, you can refer it anyway. But at fresher level, I will suggest don't extend your resume beyond 2 page. So that's the advice. Amruta, okay, then yeah, will the MCQ test and programming be on the same day? So MCQ and programming, I think both are the part of same exam NQT. So both will happen on the same day. But again, you can mention this question in that feedback form. We'll get more clarity. But as far as my knowledge, both are in the same NQT test. There might be one section related to programming and remaining MCQ section also. Okay, any other question? Okay, one question from Akash. If you lost the connection during the test, then it will add that time or not? Okay, so it is related to connectivity. So in this particular, for this particular question, I think the timer will get freezed because it will sense the loss of connectivity. So you will get the remaining time, not an issue. Whenever your connectivity will get restored, your clock will start from that point again. So that won't be an issue because that's the general scenario. Okay, another question from Purab Patel. Sir, slots for the exam are automatically generated by the system, or we have the option to choose the slot for exam like Code Vita? Okay, I think for NQT, they will get automatically generated because there are only 3 days and it's like first come first serve basis. So I don't think so you have the option to choose the slot. But if it is possible, then you can choose it from as per your convenience. There are 3 days for this year. The exams are being conducted on 24th, 5th and 26th October. So if it is possible, then choose as per your convenience. If it is not, then leave it. You have to appear for the exam, and then be prepared in advance. Okay. Okay, next question from Deepan Loda. Till last year it was Python 2.7. Okay. Okay, again I think it won't cause any impact even if it is upgraded from 2.7 to Python 3. There won't be any issue. What will be the level of programming questions in NQT? Again, as I said earlier, it will be simple to moderate for NQT. Not much complex or simple complex, early level of complexity we can say, but not too complex, that is for sure. Okay.
Can you give some
Yeah.
of the
Mhm.
tips regarding interview? Because there are a lot of CSE students also attending, right? Mechanical students also. Definitely, to some extent, domain-wise, they will be asking. But are there
Okay.
any general questions that will be asked independent of domain? What are the basic things they should know?
Okay, so related to actually what I have experienced last year, the CSE or IT students are a little bit more relaxed in case of programming. Even I saw the students which are from non-CSE IT background, they are good in programming as compared to CSE IT student. That was my personal observation last year. So that was actually annoying last year because you are from the CSE IT background, then it is usual expectation that your programming skill should be up to the mark. So that is one request, humble request from my side. So you will be asked more questions related to programming if you are from CSE IT background. That is for sure. And again, not only programming, even for ENTC or electronics also, there are few topics or few subjects basis on the programming, like data structures and other subjects which might be elective in the final year. So whatever subjects related to CSA IT, the interviewer might ask whatever subjects you have gone through in your overall 4-year curriculum. So in that, if you found some subjects related to IT world, then he will definitely ask you the question basis on that, because that's the usual trend. So you should be well aware of the concepts, basics. You should be well versed with all the basics. That is the key factor. So basics, because if your base is strong, and then you can build any architecture on that. But if base is not strong, then nothing will work. So basics should be clear. That is the most important thing. Again, related to question, memory related, like I used to ask last year, means memory optimization. So you should be aware of storage and memory of your computing devices, so that if you are aware of the memory convergence, and then only you will be able to perform the memory optimization in future wherever it is required, because that is one of the important factor. Also, one more thing I want to mention is that from CSE IT student, if you see the current trending jobs in IT, data science plays important role. And for data science, your concepts related to database, so whether it is RDBMS, structured database or unstructured database, the basic minimum level of understanding is required. Even I saw the students from the CSE IT background who were not able to even write simple SQL queries, which is not at all accepted. So at least you should have basic knowledge of the means SQL database and query SQL queries. Simple, not much complex, but basic level understanding is required. Because if you want to pursue career in data stream or in data warehouse, then you should be aware about it. And the current demand is also for data related technologies.
Are these database related things asked for non-CSE students also? Basics?
Might be asked, but there is less chance, I will say. Chances are less. But for CSE IT student, the expectation is more.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is one thing. One more question from Shivani. Let's switch between the sections or questions in NQT test. At that level, I don't have any idea. Need to get it confirmed, Shivani. So whether we can switch between sections, I'm not sure. We need to check with HR team. So again, the basics, same thing. Your basics, your final year project, that plays important role, because at fresher level, the front person is also limited with a set of questions. So get good knowledge or good hold on your project related work, because you will get definite question on your project related work, whether it may be your final year project, even third year projects also. Whatever you will mention in your resume, you should be 100% sure about each and every single word. The front person can ask anything from your resume.
Okay, on
Yeah.
what platform they will be placed? I mean, there are like software testings are also there, development is there. So based on what they
Yeah.
decide that which platform they will be placed?
Okay, good question. So, in general, this hiring will be done in a general manner. At the initial level, there won't be any tagging in the initial phase. Basis on the further training and all, they will decide which particular project or which particular technology suit the particular candidate will get tagged to. So, at the beginning, it's general hiring process. And as I said, for there is only one exception for this. For that power programmer, they will get tagged definitely to the latest trending technology like data science, AI, machine learning. So that's the only difference.
Yeah, students, any other questions? If yeah, can you please tell what all domain TCS people are right now? They are providing services to what all domain? I mean, what can be the possible chances of
Yes,
ideas for the students?
Okay, so there are various domains. Almost in all domains, TCS is providing consulting services actually. So now there are two different areas. What we used to call it, one is horizontal and another is vertical. So what does mean horizontal and what is verticals? So horizontal basically is related to your technology suite. So the person having specific skill set will get tagged to any horizontal. So let us say Java programmer, then data warehouse developer, then data scientist, different technologies the person might be skilled on. So that tagging happen according to the technology suite or the skill set. So that particular resource will get tagged to any horizontal. And there are different verticals also. So verticals are nothing but the domains, what is said. So different domains like BFSI is one of the vertical, then banking, financial services and insurance, then manufacturing is one of the domain, then again retail industry is there. Then one of the vertical EAS domain is also there in TCS, which is more related to engineering allied services. So embedded technologies related projects are also there in TCS. So such kind of work is also happening. So not only IT or programming related stuff, but embedded technology related projects are also there in the TCS. So that is another thing. So there are such kind of different domains, and vertical and horizontal mapping is also there present. So few resources might get tagged to verticals. So if one of the resource get tagged to any vertical, then he will get rotated into the different projects within that same vertical. And if one of the resources tagged to any horizontal, then it is related to his technical expertise, then he might get rotated within different projects based on his skill set. So in such a way the operations are happening. And another thing, there are different kind of roles also. So a developer is one of the role, then tester is one of the role, then production support is another, then again there are infrastructure teams are there. So the person having knowledge related to infrastructure services, he will get tagged to that infrastructure team. Then these are the various roles available as per the skill set. Anything else? Anyone want to? Okay, one more question received from Jitin. Okay, no question. Anyone is having any question apart from this?
Yeah, some students are asking on YouTube that they have just begun the project. They have just raw idea of their project. Then what can be the possible questions they can or answers they can do based on that? Because they haven't yet implemented it anything.
That is fine. That is fine. Even if someone has just started the project, that is fine. But before starting anything, you should have some clear path in your mind. So how you will going to approach the completion of that project, that should be clear in your mind. So the front person might ask, what is the path in your mind for the completion of that particular project? So that might be the question. So that is fine. In whatever phase you are, you will be aware of what you will be going to do the next step.
Specifically for TY students, at least they haven't started any project. Nothing they have done. So what about those students?
Yeah, so in this scenario, even third year also, there for final year student, even if they haven't started with their final year project, they might have done the mini projects in third year. So the person might ask on the third year project, because they have done the third year mini project already, right? So that is for the final year students. And for the third year students, if they are appearing to the interview via this NQT process, then the same thing, they can explain the next path which they will going to follow towards the completion of that particular project. So that would be the answer expected from the candidate. Even if they have rough idea of their project, and let us consider it is embedded technology project, so they might be using any of the IC, because I think architecture or high level idea they have right in their mind. So related to that, those components also, interviewer might ask the question. So project work plays important role, but again your approach will be verified at each and every step, because 100% perfect answer, no one is perfect, and there is no definition for perfect, but your approach defines your character.
Yeah, anyone else would like to ask something? Some students are asking that does Tata Teleservices hire from electronics or ENTC students? Do you
Okay,
have
it is
any idea
related
about
to.
teleservices?
No, actually, I don't have any idea, but I think they might be hiring, but via some other process. I'm not aware what is the exact hiring process for Tata Teleservices. No idea.
Is this NQT only for TCS or
Yes,
any group
yes.
under Tata?
No, no,
If
no. This is specifically for TCS.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. One question I received from Mahesh. What kind of questions can be asked on project? Is it about the technology used or implementation? Okay.
Kulkarni
So,
sir, can you mute your mic, Kulkarni sir?
Yeah.
yeah. So one question from Mahesh. What kind of questions can be asked on projects? Is it about the technologies used or implementation? It might be on both. Whatever technologies you're using for the completion of that project, and what will be the steps for the implementation. So it might be basis on both.
Some students are asking that can TY students apply to technical round after clearing this NQT test?
That I'm really not sure, ma'am. We need to check with HR team. I don't know if they have provided the opportunity to take the NQT test. Then it is more suitable that they will offer the internship for such students. For final year student, they will directly give the joining offer. But for third year student, they will offer internship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
with the permission of Shashank sir, I heard that NQT score is valid for 2 years, like
Okay.
GATE. Yeah, and that is what I heard. Okay. So,
Okay.
what I suggest, no, madam, we will make now some questions we will take from students, those who are not being asked here, and we'll
Yes,
send
sir.
it to Shashank sir later on also. Okay.
Yes,
Sure,
yes,
sure.
yes. That would be great.
Mostly,
Yeah.
Feedback
most of the questions are now finished, and
Yes.
Mm.
was even though it is weekend, he has spared lot of time. So
Yes.
No, that
I
is
think
not
that
an
we
issue.
should. No,
That's not
it's
an
a
issue. That is fine. But I think for such kind of questions, even I am not. I am also not aware. It is great that we should get the answer or clarification for such kind of questions from the HR team directly. So that would be better.
Yeah, so I request all the students to fill the feedback form and put your questions there so that all your doubts can be cleared. And let us know what is your feedback regarding this particular session. Sir, can I conclude the session by official vote of thanks?
Yes. But before that, I want to thank personally Shashank for sparing his
Yeah, yeah.
valuable time, and it was really a very knowledgeful, informative session for all of us. Even I have attended complete session, though I am mechanical engineer, and very.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's not an issue. Even what one thing I have to clear here, sir. Good thing you have mentioned you are from mechanical side. IT is the industry where each and every individual can enter into who is having little bit of analytical skills. So IT is don't have any constraint of the technology. Only you should have some analytical skills. Then you are fit for IT.
it's true. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Madam, you may go for conclusion. Thank you. Please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shashank. It was an excellent session, and it's a need of an hour that since our students are going now to attempt a TCS NQ test. So once again, on behalf of Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur, I thank you and Rishikesh sir and TCS that they have given us permission to conduct this session. They have accepted our invitation within a short notice and provided us all this information. Thank you once again to both of you. I assure you that our students will definitely take benefit of this session and put their all efforts to qualify this test and get placed to work with one of India's #1 IT company, that is TCS. So I also assure you that this is just the beginning, and in future also we'll collaborate with TCS to come up with more such sessions to benefit students and faculties under the Industry Institute partnership activities. I really thank you for arranging all these things. I also thank our principal and management for permitting us to organize this webinar. I thank our TNP officer, Dr. S.L. Kulkarni sir, and the whole TNP team for taking efforts to conduct this session. And lastly, not but the least, all the students who participated and interacted so actively. Thank you once again, everyone. And definitely this is the beginning. We all will put our efforts to get what you can say amazing results out of this. Thank you, Shashank. Thank you once again.
Yeah, thanks a lot all for attending this session. And even if you have any doubt or right now, even if you don't have anything on your mind, but you can anytime reach out to me, Thange ma'am, and my number. So you can pass on your queries. First, pass your queries through that feedback form. Then it will get answered on immediate basis. And even if you have any other question in your mind afterwards, then you can directly connect with me via Thange ma'am or Sunil sir. So that is the option you have. And as you said, that faculty development program is also one of the activity which TCS undertake. So we can definitely arrange for that also. Even I had word with Rishikesh sir on that, and you can raise, you can request for that faculty development program. So that will also we can arrange in near future.
Sure. Definitely, we'll be collaborating more with TCS.
Shashank,
Yeah.
last thing is remaining. You belong to Solapur or which place?
Yeah, I'm native from Solapur, but right now
So,
settled in Pune.
okay, but I invite you to visit personally after this COVID situation to our institute, WIT. It
Yeah,
is your home institute, of course. But
Yes,
once again, on behalf of institute, I invite you so that we can have direct interaction also sometime. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
You can
Yes,
visit
thank
anytime Pune. We can meet in person here also.
my son is in Hinjawadi phase 3 only, in TCS only, since last 5 years.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
usually come over there, no doubt about it. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Uh, Thank you once again. So with this, I conclude the session and declare the session is over. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.